we are live. Pula vinaka, madam.
Pula vinaka, Lia.
Ni pula vinaka tauta ko mai na turanga na marama, ke menina doroba wane lewa. Siama tiko mai e na sigani kua e na buku ni bibakara ramataki. Kero na vai te vitika ni kila na itokani baka businessi. Kero tika ni wana sigani kua. Weekend baki raramba ser tika ni bikem ni taudoko sa laka tika na weekend baki bikem ni na siama donu ya mai na live session go baka talanga ke na bikem ni na kai saraba tika baka mai na replay e na dona ngona mai muri. Kero tomata kero ba via baba ni pina kataka na no moni ndo soleto na no moni ngona moni ndo bakarorong tu mai e na VOC kanda wala ko tika yani e na bata go ni kua au baba ni pina ni tiko ngo na nungu tokani o sureti koya na vita na singa sawa tikerawa ni mai nungu bulangi tiko ni kua me mai wasete ko nga e sona vika ukilani na tiko bua ngandra batal ko me na wasea ni bekemu ni na turanga na marama bekemu ni na sa tiko baka bekemu ni na baka sama ni mai teke buna tu endona no moni business me baka kera sa mai teke buna tal tungango kera o kera talanga na sotal na tokani turanga marama ngoni te uke vi ira talanga na vi mata tamata tal ve siburu ke mamin tabi tiko ngwa na ndona bata ni business kulani ke baka ni ndo ba mumur tiko mani rondo ni pepa ni sanando rede tiko na ni tondo kampura tiko yani ndona online business ndona platform ni business vinaka ka ke mami sa mai sotaba bina katalanga mo ni na baka ibota talanga kina ko yan dola ka tikan kina bango so na biba karara mataki so na ngona kem na baka itabi dondo tiko so na ngona kem na lakati ko mai baka matela lo bango baka na signi ko o ba bina ka baka leba be madam Mrs. Randrondo na mai tiko mena mai VOC man tabi kenda na signi ko bina ka ni semberangani toso na biba karara mataki sa na VOC na signi ko na ngandra mundanga mikiro na biba ka matalataki ona baka matalataki mundanga iliu ke baka ikusenga radio baka bakantua na evan ko ngaulia au daba tu mena corona boni mono berata telebo au hostel ngai telebo na korsa o kasa au baka tikiti ko nin ko na bono Alberta Canada ya wendo wa tunga mai nonda au daka talanga mai biti tini baka tata na mbaki na daka bankas ni bulia na primary level ni beranyo ndio bono mai seni burupurango ikeo sa mai daka tiko baka caregiver au mai sotabo tu na dona wale ni baka din business ko na mona libli ba na tolo na impact south kau sa mai teke buna sarana nongu me do batiko mai o mengara batiko mai me do mai na singani ko sana sule sarna ngongo be misran ron me baka madala tiko mandanga pano ai tiko mai kina sema tiko mai kina na singani ko na vale madam
Binaka levu Lia ni bula binaka na sarsar na warong tiko mai na singalevu binaka ni kua na nero may biwa sa iti nga biwa karara matakitiko membaleta na digital business ngo. Oyo na evango sa lote randrondro au ngole mai au dabutu mai na koro molevu mai bunombalavu mai lau au wasui adata au daka tu matene tu na tulusunga bulka ono na mbaki o tia e vitu talanga bi mama na mbaki nung mai tu I palimendi go sa senga ni daka sa vengo sa tiku serangango I vale e nangon serangango ya on tam sertongango ne ro tiko ya ni mai na mulo mai na bualu mai bua mada sawati o se tiku bul mai suba na bosikobiti madongo krisati volike balet tanto na makumbung mesa na mai vulike tolu ne ro dorobo ro tu mai valangi ko ngon tonto da kene katolu e tikongo e di pakatingando ni business ngo ina korongo na mulo ko yo ba bina katakina na ngona bina kongo ni ra ni kiro maybe wasi ni kelia membaleta na business ngo na online digital business ka kiro sa mai lewe na tiko o ye senge kabitu ni bulan la kongo na nungu a join mai vinaka Lia au sanada to mandei kia
Na valevo madam, sama sara tiko mai na mula-mula mai mbua. Ke menina vararonga tiko mai, business ke rong garaba tiko. Vivi ana mona libu-libu, essa ni buru-buru tava ngau tiko kina. Sara nyang garaba mai kina business ke saya dani viko na via libu-libu na internet connection. Eu tiko eni ngoi Canada, baka ni sa ronga da tiko. O sanga ni kilai bena no tiko mai kina gore. So, ke baka yo lama tar taka tiko. Eu baka runi para na business ngo, eu runi di baka ya ni viti le ndo tar tiko mai vio, ba tiko mai ana tar. Bata po kima meni tiko ni ngoi viti. Sana rai tiko mai sa tiko ndo na nungu bulang da sikini ko. Tiko saranga mai mbua. Garabi tiko mai kina na business. Plani bunga bikem ni ke baka ni sana bang muri ke roma ka tiko ni sana ndo roma ta tiko na baka madala ni business ko ona sianga ni unang wala basar mandani ambalatan ni plan le bang ona kito sando waseti kan na tools ko ang rebe mo da mo ni tiko be ko ron baka din business kinai mo ron yo teki bu baka da na da soch na nga da ni business ye ni ko o be sure tinga be misro no baleto bina kata me wasia manda bale ko na ni tala na baleta bunga bikenda levo randorongoda mai na baka ni business go tu na non baka titinga so era rere ding tu na veika ela ko rumu tu na non baka na se non baka sama na puku ni mai puku ni kila mera mi teko buna na dona business mi didi bakian mona libo kila tiko ni tiko na rere tiko na buna so baka bikian da mai tador tu na so na kenan da mai baka zala ka tu baka kenan da baka lu situ kenan ndila ya ni kuan dan ronga ta talento tal na sana usana kare mandanga be misrandon na sigin kuwa me bakan da ronga tiko kwa sa wasiyete na nita non kenan ni baka madal ya daga tu mai sa dia una daga sa baka vengu sa ngonongo sa tiko mengo ina koro ya te baka kai tiko ya kila bunga ngona ken tanta kila senanon da baka sama nindua sa dogna mbaki ni mbula ya me sa rita ya things is tend to slow down baka tools down sa baka maluwas mo kaya nga nagka sa may klien niya ikan tani tiko ni nonda bunga sa nung may sala kung ay nakoro sa may kweto yan niya ya we Miss Rondon nrokote tiko 7 months ago sa pakatuluwat ako ko may sala lante may nakuro-buro ni business baka di business ano mo na madam ni wasya mo naman nga bikima mi merarongo tatalanga na barong tiko may sabang beka motivate tiki muni moni ruma mai na business ngo se moni tiki buna na moni online digital business.
Vinakavalevu Lia, me vakana taro, ni taro mai that when we retire, we sort of slow down, Ya naka kenda vakanana nutaka, it's in our mind. Kenda satukuna, kosanga una ni slow down. Ya kenda mendana tarong kenda, retirement, it's a new journey, It's not the end of the journey or the end of life. No, it's only a new season, a new season in our lives. It's a new journey. When it's a new season, mebataka nga na nandra kindu indala koduruma, there's winter, summer, autumn, and spring. For those different seasons, there are different kenda baruteki kenda talanga in different ways. Likewise, retirement is just a new season in our life. Sa woti nambula bakadakadaka, yuko saluva tanaisulu ya. Now you put on new clothes, your retirement clothes. But it is not, like I said, it is not that samaidhawa ika nambula, sanga kenda sanga nilewa nambula. We don't know how long we will live in this world, But then endonaka, although I remind myself, that o kenda kede na tamata, regardless of race and creed. O kenda kede, we are equally given 24 hours in a day. O manyo retire, sio dhaka, you have that 24 hours in a day to live your life. Yeah, because I think umena dhaka, because ananuma, okay, go sa retire, asa na may chikungai vale. Chikungai vale dhabo iko dhakawa. Kebukai ko sin plan takatumay no retirement. Oh, I tell you, because when your mind is idle, your thoughts, gena katoto kamendananu may tikabumay non tabakasama, non tabakanananu. So when your mind is idle, ya sa battleground sarangane nabunidani setan, sa nakutamay na purposelessness, sa siya nga mu sa pagkasangan nindo na ka, look forward ta to na racing ngayon dundua. Whatever nga lakomayo dingo, you are not driven by any plan or any targets. Baka numumbula sangat tuni baimbale-mbale, sangat nindo na ka tuwa-tuwa kata ko iko. Me o rakaba, Kung na retirement, it is something that you plan for. Sangat ni bakasauringa, yaw sa na-retire ni mataka o siya may ko yan na retirement. No. Retirement for your own well-being, for your own well-being, you have to plan for it. What are you going to be doing in that time? Pati ko, raka-raka-tumay. So, le weekend, like I said, it's a new season. Le weekend, nasarita, ang gogosti ko weekend nasarita, nangundarita may kinikan siyang sartungan ni kila. No to sa matao, to sa mawi, o to sa iliw, to sa imul, because you never plan for it. But life goes on, every day. And basicamente na Singapore, narawi ko nang to. So for me, that was my plan. I planned for retirement. I was looking for something, even though I have this small business going, but I wanted to do, because it's like a family business, and I wanted to do something for myself. In my own space. And I had some kind of maybe personal criteria. I was looking for something where I can work from home. No, I think I've done that for 44 years. But I still want to do something whereby I can continue to talk with people, to engage with people, and whereby, because all my friends in that working community, that's one season. Like I said, now it's a new season. So I wanted a new community of people, new things, me exciting, me exciting kinabio nung kumbula. And also to earn money, because I like to travel. I like to travel, and two of my children are away overseas with all my. How many grandchildren there? 7. Only 2 in Fiji. So that's more the pool for me to want to travel to go and see them. And when I came across this business, I said to myself, I have that freedom, and I have that flexibility. And I have that ability to earn some money. And I also have that platform whereby I can learn new things. But later, when I decided to join this business, I was very much aware that I'm not tech savvy. And that to me, wakamisan do tu mbeka na ulnibanua ya. But maybe because of my previous work experience, at one time in my life, I used to be a trainer. So I said, to me, the way I look at things in life is, that's how I look at life generally. So to me, that was it was something that I'm going to deal with when I cross the bridge. Otherwise, sana muli the covenant business ingo. And that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I made that decision to join. I'm so happy, Baletay. Mutanga sunungan ba kayo sa nakatakatik nga Go batakan go. I'm not really feeling 100% whole day today o relaxer to nga. Because I have this appointment with Leah to do this session, I had to get up get ready and show up here. And ke baka madanga ko are not feeling too good. Baka into nambula lewe ko may weekend ya ninda show up Otherwise, because ana palusingaw na to ngayon nindo na banwaya Kung ano yan, wabi na binakakina, that when we do something, may bata ka ng businessing go, endo na, my experience is that it really gives you a good platform whereby you can start this new season, this new beginning in your life.
Navalevo, madam. Vecchia menina varronti komai. Da sa ronti tira na pakamata lendo sa eva batu sa eva na ngona ni bakavengu undo ngondo wastikin vale veo madam be nanungu audience undo darka no kundo taket tekircho vale buna se vakavaka. Ndina toto kana kanyi bare takati ngore ndona season go ke mamina se vaka tikongo ndona season go ko ni sa eva ngore yo ve ke mamina se la ko tiko ningo me ke mamia bono bono ngore whether we like it or not we'll get there one day
It'll come. Yeah.
It will come one day. So ve ke mamina bare ko tiko mai na business ka kerau sa main dambiti ko kinango na ito kan baka business na ngono go baka kaite kaya misrandondo the freedom and the flexibility so ke baka ko sa adabak tumbe kana no moni baka vengo se bolle ka tiko ne adabak no moni baka vengo se daka binak saratunga se botal tubi ko bital baka nan bak no mo daka na how this business is built, the business model rawa ninda ngaraba paleta the flexibility of it. She's someone that loves to travel. That's one thing with this business. You can take it with you wherever you go. Kebaka iko ndo vito soya kebaka levo and buku ni no mudaka mbeka ke ngaraba tiko na business go on the side. This business goes with you wherever you go. But in internet space, and we use these tools which we can take around with us wherever we go. We can't even go without our phone. So might as well use that phone, to do something like this. You start your online business, your own business online. And the madam kelas so baka uklan ni sa taputa baka lilay na naman baka madala tiki ayo plan so sarang do may rongo dati ko nanonda baka madala rasari dati ko baka may na kaya do wasiti ko ng business ko bikem ni so saramanda nga sa ti ko na baki ni bulangori sar tambang gasi toka na lang katakatumba ka nanonra kila baka computer ni ramanda nga ni wasia bikem ay may so na kanila katuruma some of the challenges that you faced when you started the business, and how did you overcome them? Klana roni bebu ke bendo ambeka tiko talambeka nga bua na matanggali baka sama bataya se nanu matiko kwanya na rendre bua mena mai zakaba into na kabango na buku ni na kilambeka baka computer bina kamem
bina kalia yo for this business, this business is about digital marketing. Kanta sarong na po sa na digital kan sa kelas ratungan ko na internet na computer na kanabi matanggal Go kitungo like for my age group, a lot of us we are not tech savvy. Like I had already said, I was very much aware that this is going to be my challenge. I was very much aware of my limitations in terms of being tech savvy. But that does not mean that I cannot do it. And the beauty about this business is that there's training programs. There's inbuilt training. Meko bulikina. Merani bukei kona rakavana rakakango. So I said to myself, okay, That is my challenge. Au kilani nongu challenge ya. So I said, okay, that's the training there. It's been offered. So, oyeunga. It's all about me, see? Kaya ya uvia wuli, au na wulida.
Right.
Yo kenda ba kevia, eh? And like right now, even first time I no mobile phone, you didn't know anything about mobile phone,
Right.
but because you want to use that phone, eh? It's that determination that comes from within you that everybody's using the phone. Oyonga usangatiko. But if they can do it, I can do it too.
Right.
That's the same thing. Elakumai va weekenda, regardless na va and the sotakaya. That's how we should look at it. Keba kaya ndu rinta kaba, you talanga una rinta kaba. And that's how I look at it, eh? A lot of people say, klanga technology, okay, ferfere talanga, eh? Kla ferfere fichi live na kena vi matangali wango ndaka. But as long as you have that self-awareness that this is your challenge and you know how to resolve it, then you'll do it. Like I said, for that very basic example I gave about your first time you own the phone, eh? Even though you so na new features ni nungu talewa ningo baka kero sang talchuko ni kero friend kina. But that's the beauty about this business because it keeps you, it opens up a new space for learning.
Right.
Ya me baka talaga nakautukuniti ko na wuli, it's from within you, eh? Kaya baka iko via wuli, iko nangay wulita. Patalanga ng businessing go, isang ni may bataw winduango, se bataw talwinduango. Patako yao, I had actually, just put down a very simple business plan, on how I'm going to run this business. Because I come from that kind of work background where we very much deal with business plan. Oh yeah, okay, ndo tumanda nugu business plan. Takasarito nugu business plan. And my target was within 6 months, we almost start earning, because I had done my own due diligence, no own background check. I realized what's involved, and then that's why I set myself that target 6 months. And I'm happy to share that it's meeting the target time that I had tasked myself, Iyo. Kongonea eso weekenda wataka sora tarmebia waka kinro watale nira nanu moira oira merasa umangango, and then they just sit back and don't do anything, and then they'll receive money, Bebaka tu mbekan dona charity mbeka say that, right? And I said no na. The beauty about this thing, because you have to work. Kaya ko na sintakataka, ko na sini, ko na sangso ni baka ko talitaka. I mean, you will not really enjoy the benefits.
Right.
Well, like the sweat of your brow, Kaya kendo na kaninda, bunotaka mendaka, and na talitaka the when we reap the harvest or the reward, kendo na talitaka value. Kung ano yan, kay lebu nga, nanuman de kahit na scam ko sala ko menggo, ko you invest, you pay like ko rida yavi merse ni pay merse ni 100 or 500, and within 5 hours you get 3,000. O yo bangango yaw. Ndo de ATM machine, I mean, and for people to believe that, that's usang gorong-gorong sarangay kya. Meso, me vambaw tatuya, that, yango na na-scam ko sala ko tumenangonongo. But nakauwi ba na numeni weekenda? No money is paid to me or to Leah or to any other business owners through M-Pesa or PSP. May bata kang taray that you're gonna scam la kumengo. And the sad thing is that, go irasarangan na nonda ngay biti that are doing this. While some of us are trying to do this business. Sangay tiko talaga na kaya napakatatao. O kenta nga batik kenta.
Right.
Kuya sangay o kenta nga tabi va loloma
Mm.
nanonda iyo. Kung ni uwi ba na numikenda nga sanganin do na kaindre ba ng business ko because you have the training.
Right.
Gay na training baka sino baka na training ningo nga sa question nga no, the training is ongoing. Lebu tu na bi matanggali training konta lako kina. Uy kondingia nga. Ondingia nga napakataw talaga pa na numaku tu na huli. Na lebu ngombe kambe baka tumbe ka na online learning Klali nango na relay huli nango no sa online learning nga. Basra nga ya. Kaya baka ko via pasta kango na this week nanon da kata na USP graduation Kaya ko baka ko via graduate ko muna ka mo online learning ko muna huli. Ya
Right.
batalang kaya baka ko via harvest ka na the benefits from this business, then you have to do your online learning.
Right.
And the beauty about this, nanom so mga nanom 149 USD or 360 Fijian dollars, they open up that training. And it's limitless.
Right.
What ya sangay lang ito nga may nakinabi matanggali training. Oy ko nga mong kay manggaray ko ilomaya. And the beauty about it, kaya baka ko mista ka na live session, you can always watch the replay.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya weya totoka kina ng businessing go. Kaya it's an opportunity. Eraninda na menda, grab this opportunity while you have it,
Mm.
Iyo, grab it while you have it. Iyo kenta duin na tamata, iya kiro madangango kiro wosti ka ko balet kiro sakila na kena vinaka iyo. Kiro sakila na kena vinaka. Umadango tukuna be ilia. And that's the group that I'm targeting, Those that have retired and those that to prepare you for your retirement, to prepare you for your retirement, nang kay postal to kaya ni kina baka malua. But we can na sa retire, ngondo na ngaw ni salabinak, we can na sa ati ko sa ngay bali. You know, iko nang kay rather you have a new community of friends, you learn new things, and you earn some money. Balato kenda, didn't in the sa retire, we still need money to move around, Kaya
Right.
weekend day biti, le weekend asang sarang na penseni. Yeah. So I believe it's time that we change that mindset, Na non the mindset o kenda menta baro te kenda for retirement. So kenda na sa retire ko, we continue to do something, a small business or do this one to maintain your financial independence. That to me, that's a very important aspect of our life. Wambimbi bikanta na raka tu wandende, wambimbi bikanta na marama. We have always been financially independent, and I believe for our mental health, our emotional health, I believe it's for our total well-being that we need to maintain that independence. Wambimbi na financial independence kwenda tukina nimbera ninda vengu may narakaka. Klan doon singa kanta na tuwi mate, like me, I had to go to the pharmacy to buy medication. I mean, like, would you want to be telling your children all the time, I need medication. Klar, they have their own responsibilities. They have their own families. Nandun na nga, nera, sana ridamanggu, simbengir mo na. They'll be thinking, so manda kasi kwa, because they know, kondo na kanda kasi nang kiri maingo, I mean, like, human beings as we are,
Right.
kanda matuya, So, to me, na retirement, like I said, it's not the end of this life, or it's just like a new journey which you'll have to adjust.
Right.
Kon adjustment sarngaya kondo non the challenge. So this kind of business helps you in your adjustment process.
Right.
Merani ko maybe scale down kila to sombu valelai na non the financial expenses visa taking on the lifestyle kila but kenda main source of income sa siyang ay
Mm.
kung ano kenda menda na adjust kenda. So that season ni sawati now it's a new season of retirement. And like I said, when we change seasons, kenda adjust tak ay pata kiliango chuko may Canada ni sala ko may na winter. Oh ya na adjust kenda bakan doon nortumbula na isulu na kakana na heating lo manibal na katudo ko.
Yeah.
And that impacts your finances.
Right.
When you adjust your lifestyle, it also impacts your finances. So
Right.
kung ano yan, daw makamekenda, nakabatongando na ka for us to continue to earn and to also give us that, like I said, that freedom, that financial freedom to live our own life.
Mm.
Namunongan tabi alokin dalako. Me kunda wawati ko, like nondambula me may wataw kita leber na luvenda or somebody else, Sen kitu wawati ngango kaya lako maingo ayaw nang kay pango, I mean,
Mm.
if that's a kind of thing you want to do, then so be it. But it doesn't have to be like that. That's what I'm trying to say. It doesn't have to be like that. There is an opportunity like this digital business, which gives you that, like we've already shared, that freedom, that flexibility, the financial independence. And natotoka kinondambula, pambimbi ni ndasa at this age,
Mm.
At this age, meron tatalita tu kinondambula.
Right. Nakabale. Nabale po, madam. Weekend na se dakatiko kenda sana mato weekend ninda dakatatak nga nanon daylapo weekend na marama. Pangasa kan ga couch kaya that na ngone ni baka vengwe na yado mai ko sira ni binakata mo te warara vitale bindua, then you better start working on your retirement plan now. Ngone binakamendando baka baka rote kenda kina balata na nonda besinga ni mataka singa ni kuwa. Don't wait ka kunyawara kamisanda ya dhobato na ngona ndres na ngona nilenga dangai Nakataka mindangay baka sangkarana kamin tampula kina. So nakanga kero binakatami kero bibakararam tikitin that you need to start something now. Prepare yourself for retirement. Wabdi binakani soli chuna ngono misran ron me positivo weekend. Bambi weekend mandala siya takatiko. Kwa sa dhabatu na banoya sa kilatiko kwa na rakinimbula na lisotavi kenda na lisotavi aninda saya da nikia and she's like the babli bila kan tiko bango iso era soletu non rongo na mera soli baka sala tiko me weekenda yo kenda sintemberi ya da nikina sa tuko na tingamo kwan tikibu da tikibu ranto nan de bure meroni ngeli tori baki kenda tunona ya then why not start now this business baka kro kaitikani it's flexible. Weekend na siya takatiko. You can run this business on the side. Most of us, take buto ng business ko kim siya nakasaratunga. But we are doing it on the side. Balata ni raro na kanang karabi. We have the automation in place. Kwe buketo na kanadili bakitiko ng business while we continue to do our work, even while we sleep. The business is always running on the background. Binakabale po, Miss Ranror, sa kena baro chital ni Robital no ni po, kena yoti nga, kera nga bikem ni madam. Any last words? Maybe kim ni sani vos chukabale ver na retirees father ver na sa bola katika ni ngoni ya ngona ni retirement se tumbe kana nonra they're still deciding lebera lo malamaru asara me rongoda na Vuna ni business, they still can't make up their mind. Any last words for our audience tonight, Madam Navalevo?
Okay, binakabale bulia ya be kemni na serakatiko, be kemni na serakatiko. Gosa kenangao na sarangango. Kenangao na sarangango for you to prepare for your retirement. Okay, kemni na rin tuko namay. Oh, we have FNPF. We have our FNPF. I tell you, nanda to FNPF policy viti, because it opens up that you can use it for education purposes, you can use it for housing purposes, you can use it for medical purposes. Eh? Lebu be kenda bakanga takasarangan nanda FNPF ninda sa tiko for those three main things. O tia nangon ang kaila may kinana sa retirement, sasa wala ilay saranga ko iti ko na FNPF ya. Eh? Iwalangi wambota, they don't have that policies like we do, whereby you can dig into your superannuation. Iwalangi siyanga, they kind of become compulsory na non savings. Balete kila na matanitu if they don't help their citizens look after their retirement, they will become a responsibility, a social responsibility for the government in later years. So Kombekaya are in developed countries, developed countries, because they have gone through that phase in their development, they have seen that. So pakasa compulsory beira na retirement savings, and you can't touch it. And they actually have a few options, and encouraging people, you just don't do that one, you can also do this one here, more save kina for your retirement. Bikenda tumbe kaiwiti, chiko kina na voluntary, like you have your compulsory FNPF contribution, and you also have the voluntary contribution. Yeah, bikenda ibiti, lebu bikenda kenda sang sarangani pick up taka that voluntary contribution, because it decreases your take-home pay. So just because of that, kenda sinigay nanu manonda mamaroroy membaleta nanonda retirement, saroch kenda tunga na kona, the compulsory, the 10% now, I think, kwa may vana nom employer and you as an employee, musutalanga vikwa. But there's also an option where you can add more to FNPF by engaging in that, by contributing in that voluntary contribution. We just don't want to do that. And to me, yango na nakakirobye we say takatiganingo, retirement is going to come. And I have my retirement. Don't singa o plan taka se senga. So what you're going to be doing, So we came in and engage in a side hustle like this one. Why I'm suggesting this one? Because the overhead cost is very, very small. Operational cost is very small. But later you already have a phone. You may even have a laptop. You already subscribe to a monthly internet bundle. So you have all the resource that you need to be able to start this side hustle or this digital business. And also, furthermore, it is a more productive use of our time on Facebook. Kenda Kevin Konda do Facebook, I was saying to do Facebook vale, I only did it because of my work. But now, on Gayreda, na nung Facebook ko, it's because of the previous experience I had with Facebook, or with social media. And kongonea bikim ni na se loma ruatiko som nga tarong eu maindo lebu non rapakatataro akawira rere tuosinkla na vera rere baka. But you could not see like you see something on Facebook, you could click sartiani or lako sartiani vaya, you congo lebundo wata tarumai, wakatu endona the fear, this thing is is a systematic process whereby, okay, matay mandanga iko sign up, which is free. Iko balewa na mandanga na yadamu, no email address, tiktak na small box ya, o sign up sertu. O may sarama sertu yan in a video ko kay they talk about what we telling you now. O tia iko na reda chiko sangay pakatawi ko via join din na sisianga ko via join din no sangay register. Yele bumandanga era tu mandanga mera sign up. Maybe the fear of the unknown, but ungin daw tukun bere yo ko mandanga le unaka ko vare da na Facebook ko sinrere na access ta kaya niya. You know, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
Gay lebu talanga o ira sa via join, and then they are not taking action, or they've already joined, they've come across step 1, step 2. Ucha sangay mo lakuin to step 3 mo buy your product sangay men total tu na po sikya, Iyo. But then nung gendo tuku na vere no na time is moving on,
Mm.
Time is moving on. Let kimni rongodilio lia join 3 years ago lia,
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 years ago. And now let's tell this wataki liango, ando baka umaru tak ni ready na maram, pambimbi weekend na maram. At this age, at Leah's age, and they already into this business. Imagine when they reach my age. Imagine when they reach 60. And I won't even be surprised. Somewhere along the line, Leah will quit her full-time job. I won't be surprised. Because that's how this business progresses, or how it develops. A lot of people that are sitting on the upper end of this business, they've left their traditional jobs. So mananga uretongo, by the time how many more years give it to Leah, she'll leave her full-time job and just concentrate on this one, because by that time she doesn't have to, to work so hard like she's doing now, having a traditional job and doing a side hustle. By that time, she would have flipped the switch. She would have changed the scenario. Her side hustle now becomes her main job. Sa siya na traditional job where she has to get up and go travel, commute, go somewhere and go be answerable to somebody else. Kongo ko sa na Chikasarangay Valley and enjoy raising her family and be her own boss and just work from home. So we kimni na barong ti umay ni sa vaka ti nga do na tarong nga mo ni na tarong ti ko we kimni ya. Au na retire ma yo sa nagay tu. Maybe you ask yourself, do I know of anybody that retired and was in a bad financial situation? Do I want to go there, or can I change my story? Because you can change your story, and you can change that story by making the decision and taking action.
Mm.
See, all your stories will be just like stories on a book and does not actualize into something that becomes a game changer in your life. See, you can change your life, the kind of life that you're going through right now. If you're going through a life whereby you are financially struggling, and you can tell yourself, yes, I can change that. Because you have to tell your mind, oh, narani bisaw ta kaya. Anything you can change. And because you tell yourself that you can change it, it's going to actualize. It's going to happen. Because every day, you wake up and then you are faced with that same situation and you're telling yourself, I'm going to change this. And then the ideas will start to come, ideas from your mind. That's why it's always very important to change our mindset. How can we change our mindset? It's a common statement. We say, oh, change your mind, change your life. Yana change your mindset saranga balita na nonda makasama saranga ko saranga na dictate ta kana nonda action. From your mind, koya na bolta bitung talama, you have to guard your heart and guard your mind. Balita na kaya la kumike ela koe ke laksar mai ngusunda. Ni salak nga may ngusunda sa nalaktal nga yapapal na linganda kinayavanda. That's the action part. Yes. And from the abundance of the heart, and may I add of the mind, the mouth speaks. And the word we speak is very powerful. Kenda kilati kuna walta mbutu kuna mango ni na this whole universe. Ambuli nga nakukuwa nga ni wasa. Ni wasa ni kalo. So your word too is powerful. Your own word is powerful. Yakenda nandaurongoda. Ayo mandanga na tinangu tukun sarangavia ya. Kendo na wuni kau, wataka na wuni mo. In my case, it was na na camcord tree. Ko sini wochi ko sa tumbule buchi ko mai. Sangkai tu ko via mo bosa taka. Onge bosa taka. Asa tukun saranga ko ke ko sini bo ya ko na ta. Ate ko sa va oso vanua saranga. That's the power of the word. And lo and behold, ngai wa na wuni mo liko. Yang na ko nonda bosa Nakokononda was the power that's in within our words. So if you keep on telling yourself, I don't want to be in this phase in my life whereby I'm struggling, I'm depending on Nungaluvengungo, or I'm just depending on my husband. No, you don't have to nakalo. Because maybe can't on the gifts. But it's for us to find what's that gift. Na gift man nga ninda sembula tiku nga kenda rani rakava nakakiri nga inda via rakava. Because we are able-bodied. You come again do rather so or a handicap. I forgotten this one na turangango. Kwe sangana yavana sangana lingana kla, and he's a very powerful motivational speaker. Yo, waka evangelist talker, yo yaman nga. Like the world see them as being disabled just because you don't have the lower limbs and your hands. Yan na mind binaksarchik nga. Kena na heart and everything else. So yaman nga kenda raiva to yan baka disabled. But siya nga. That's the way we see So what the kiko, you are able-bodied. Kenda ga indandam bichik nga. Sando na kila kenda na sinibang na gift sulebi kenda na kalo So when we leave this world, we ko kota-keta niya. But right now I'm speaking I like to do this See, I'm speaking now. I may touch a heart. I may convince someone. See, in that way, I'm using my gift. Because maybe on a kalo, me wasa kina. Iran leba ka binakatakin no nambula endo tale. So kaya kaya sa na session go, then nangalutungay kaya sa nindo na kaudakabatu won't even influence or help someone to change their lifestyle.
Right.
But nakatulo ko ni Beisao. Anything can change. O kenda saramanda nga batik kenda. Yan na Beisao ya elak nga may nanonda wakatulawa in our mind nyo kenda biya Beisao. So we kenda keda Sara, we communicate Sara na nangone, I can say that but you sa senior citizen. We communicate Sara nangone, ni sa consider that.
Right.
Consider that to help yourself and help your children. Because when you, like with me, when I go, I'm going to leave this business because this business is willable. I can will it to one of my grandchildren or one of my children who can and is willing to run it. So to me, that will be a legacy I leave behind. So if I'm not into this business, sa otinga nung kudakadaka, sa may dapat kya. See, at least in this one, I leave that behind. It's something tangible, Something tangible, something visible that I can leave behind as a legacy to my family. And was Nikalo Navolatam between Talangabaya, a wise man, a wise woman, or a good man or a good woman leaves a legacy behind for his children and his children's children. So this business, it creates generational wealth. Does not end with me. Eh?
Right.
It continues in the generation. Oh, business because
Mm.
it's a business. It's a business. It creates generational wealth for those that will come after me.
Right.
And to me, that's the beauty about life.
Right.
And the bangataka our gifts, God-given gifts. Still, maybe kantana kalom and the taka because his life is all about working. Otia sangay bito to kamain to naka. Narangay baka nanumi ko tumakin na. Or nangay bulat ko main kanta sa vang ya.
Right.
Koya uya may encourage te kim ninga kina postingan ko baka bimbi be kanta na marama.
Mm.
You know, ndo naturang tarong yung mga kima minaturang siya nga. But no, everybody is welcome. Yo kim ni postingan ni tukunir tinga na maramatina na marama. O basan go iyo because in my previous work I'm a strong advocate. I advocate for women. But later, I have this belief that Kentana Marama, we are the anchor in our family.
Mm.
If the mothers, if the ladies in the family are good, our families will be good. The buck stopped with us. We Kentana Maramatina. Yeah. So Kentana Maramatina, Kentana, like for example, join this business. And I've seen this happen. I think I've seen it with 2 women business owners. They have brought in their children to be business owners too.
Right.
See, they're already supporting their children. You know, just like you support your children. Gwamandanga na children ni kanamaramango. Se bulitiko, I think still in tertiary.
Yeah.
While building up that child with their education, kwesa build talaga na ngonengo for his tomorrow, no ng business ni matak. See, that's the beauty about this business. It's like I said, it creates generational wealth. O kama na nga namaramang ko siniwara kami bata ko tunchuga mengono sa matikina then it's given no kwe nanguna sarangango ko sa kotamay na luven who's also a business owner and the child, if I'm correct, maybe 18 or 19 or 20, very young.
Very young.
Very young. So that's why I'm emphasizing that Vikandana Marama to join this business has a more significant trickle-down effect in the family household.
Yep.
Like for that example, Rona Maramango Rosa Kautiro Luven. They building up their children for their future. See? Yeah, mebata ka nga just like any other normal business, Any other normal business, there's a lot of physical work.
Right.
There's a lot of physical work and a lot of overhead costs. Like you have to have offers, you have to have, the investment cost is quite high. But for this one, ideal saranga weekend na maramatina. And that's something I look forward to. Seeing more women bringing in their children or their family into the business. Baleto kenda nga na maramatina because, we always have the best interest of our children at heart. Na maramatina nga kwa naraniray tuwaya. To spend this much money on my child, meron la kumay into the business. You ready raw na maramaya that they have invested on their children. And I said, oh, what an excellent and successful, already building up their children for that. And I'm sure Leah hearing this today when her children are of that age. Because I ran save up when the children, because Leah's children, I know they're quite young. When their children are of that age, yasa rautal nindo na ka or ni buke kinalubem. But kenda invest nga mostly on their education. Abambimbio kenda na itauke but kenda sangani we are not into that business mode. Sekenda sinto ka business ba lebu. Yo talita ka ng business ngo but ni ureda sa lebu saranga na maramay tauke durti ko maramay tauke. Iyo ngay I think Oyumbengo, one of the few senior ones. A lot of young women are joining this business. So talanga na tangani, so naturanga. Au warede tiko matakani kua. A lot of men are also joining, eh?
Yes.
So sa join may babi watini. And that tend to be the trend too in the bigger, wider community, our global network. We see a lot of couples too joining the business together. So yang na bakalakasar na kaumaywanan no mikenda tikina na kwikimni na sevakavakatiko. Those are the opportunities that you can pursue right now to prepare yourself for retirement and also prepare your children for the future. Bitakenda sinikilatu whether all our children will do well academically. And imagine if they do well in this business, they can even fund their own tertiary education.
Right.
Or save up that money in buying, properties or what they want. Yeah.
True.
Kenda menda mbula taka na nonra mbula na vakasama na chiwe. See, na Jews, when their children get married, they don't go and gift them with this bed, with this oven, the fridge, all these things we take for tevu tevu. No. Or in a Jew, non culture, when their children get married, they gift them with real estate. And that links back to the Bible. Real estate, that's about land and it's about properties. House, eh? So those two go together. And that links back to the Bible. Nangaw na iko na rin nanu manangon sa aro wasikin na nanggelo parama kay Loti. Yeah. In the beginning, narawa solingabiraw na Garden of Eden. That's real estate.
Right.
So it's very biblical. Nandon the gift our children or our family with real estate, which can run your kabango to help you attain them. Yang nga baka sa nanuma misama dapat kay ni Rovital no sa andin desert ni Rovital no. Pinakabali ulit mo marong tumay. Wabi na binaktal nga bili ay nangon na binakang ko. Wabi na binaktal nga bikim daw na comment kumingo. Mercenio, Eta, Olena. Yamata nga Olena yan do na buniway. Kung join to ba ng business ko. Nakabali.
Nakabali po, madam. Papi na nakabali po naman ni wasya na naman ni kila na naman ni bay na numi kema mitiko. At kaya kenda na kem na lang lubay viti Bebarara matakitiko na baka sama ni baka raw. Ningaw na ni baka deng. Kung napos baka viti menta baka raw ni sesinga toka. Kenda na siya nakatiko. Se tu binakasartungan na nonday bure-bure. Set binakatunang bula. Damaro takatiko na pekanta raw tatiko ng tangon ni takat nanda takataka. Ngona binakatalangan ko mabaro takiko tukin na nanda basing ani mataka. We have a business here that we are trying to introduce and share with you. Kito kila, na marami tingo ni rawa nintang karaba. If you are willing to learn, if you are open to new opportunities, open to new ideas, grab this one. Sa kero baka bulat ti kongo baka yang bakit ti kalaman business ba kinaberna ni to itokan so rasar tal tinga mani kuar be to kon ti umay na ni robe wasi na sini kuwa kem sabantin tin ti kon na bina kan mengarab business baka tambe ndo kon na business kita on tambe ti ko kinanggo so for you to learn more about the business tiko ngangor na website so santo kaiti was my there's no other way you can get into this business mo may kila na kaiti ko laman business ko mo register nga na website kyo muri tiko man ni pepa ni Mrs. Ranronro tiko kinan na website ko baka nga to kay matana www.saloteranronro.net kaya baka ba muri tiko may www.liabless.com ko ngori mo na sanga mo na register kina tep taka na website ngor bangaranga na nungro di pepa ngosio lako na page ni misa na ndonro tiko kina bangarai kia na website ya when you tap it and ndola babiko na form como fill taka kina na edhamu pata kina no email address me rawa ni o register te kiko me rawa talanga ni o tora kina na link ni free info session como sarava toman imbera ni o tose ni lo mai Vika to da membala tana business ona ngai misa tabanga na kene ba madala na lama ni business yanga na kene matini kato ba kla ni lev na lama tartar so bikem ni santa ba muri kito tiko mai you have so many questions Vika to talanga when we were there sember ni kito dur mai abatan na nito ba na yana ngona nga kito da kaba kina nito ba keli when we did what we were told to do ke ba kito vika na business go then we knew. So you have to take action, Nimbera ni kero da ni kuwa, na biba na numitale baletir na scammers, nagangaraw ni tiko yan na mona liba-liba, ka kuwa niyo sika lutu, tu beindua, bela so teki tiko yan bei kuwa na mona liba-liba san, doana ka na level ni fake accounts, sarap bidi tu na Facebook. Rabaka nga teka tu kina na kema mitamba, so be kema mina sangaraba tiko ng business ngo, meda sarati ko ni mami toso baleta ni sana may baka na tu mesa may total tu tamani tawa le be so ni sa tabi ke mami ko ke mami garaban din natiko ke mami mo sen din natiko yan ni tu ni business sa may be la titiko bata ke na kaira da kabatiko na skemas ngo iyo ka kwanyo baka tundo na ilabo na empay sabi ke ito esengan nindo na ilabo nang bita may be yaw si be misran ronro men beauty ko na empay sa baka nga taki na nandandui card ke baka sa either mena bono mo baka either kinendo na payment baka na $149 $340 or 350 Fijian you will use that Mastercard say no Visa debit or Visa credit card mo narani sosumi kinai ka ko sarne baka tondone laban ang paisa iya sa kwa ya maybe kiro ni kwa binakatalbo kalebo madam binakabalebo bikem niya na bito ko ni tiko mai kiro sabano ni binakatiko yani kiro sa labang matal tingan na kami kwa blessed weekend to all of you binakabalebo ni kalaw nga tatiko imove